The chosen ones carry a flame that both dazzles and disquiets, said Rumi. There are those in this world who walk into a room saying nothing, doing nothing, yet something shifts. The air stirs, hearts turn, spirits are unsettled. Why? Because the presence of a chosen one has entered, not by might, not by title, but by the quiet power of their spiritual energy, a divine flame placed by God Himself. I have felt it, and perhaps so have you. That sense that you do not quite fit in, that your very being draws both admiration and resistance. That's not pride, it's purpose. Chosen ones carry within them a frequency not of this world, a call that echoes eternity. It does not elevate us above others, but it sets us apart for God's glory. Your spiritual energy isn't noise, it's revelation. It disturbs because it exposes. It awakens because it carries light. And if you've ever felt like a stranger among your own, it may be because heaven has marked you for something greater. You are not broken, you are being revealed. Sign 1. The mysterious presence that unnerves others. There are moments when you step into a space and something shifts. Not loud or visible, but unmistakable. Imagine this. You appear in a room, and without uttering a word, every ounce of attention subtly shifts toward you. This is the first sign that your spiritual energy is stirring unease in others. It's not something you wear on your sleeve through looks or clothing. It's an invisible force, rooted in a profound connection to your higher self. A piece of awakening that not everyone can touch. People sense it before you even speak, in the deliberate way you move, the unshakable way you stand, or the piercing gaze that seems to see right into their core. I once spoke with an older friend, nearly 60, who said that even after half a lifetime, he still notices people faltering in his presence without knowing why. Sometimes you might feel it too. That mix of power and strangeness, as if you're carrying a flame no one dares approach. Most people have grown used to living behind masks, shielding themselves with invisible walls. So when they encounter you, someone who seems to dissolve every layer of pretense just by being there, they don't know how to respond. Have you ever noticed it? Some shy away from your eyes as if afraid of being found out. Others quietly keep their distance, cautiously sizing you up, while a rare few are drawn in, almost hungry to unravel the mystery of your pull. Picture yourself at a casual gathering with friends. The moment you sit down, the atmosphere shifts. Some grow quieter, others chatter faster to fill the tension. That's because, deep in their subconscious, your presence acts like an unrelenting mirror, reflecting the hidden corners they've tucked away. That energy is a rare gift, so potent it startles people. Yet it's also the very thing that awakens them, even if they're not ready to embrace it. Sign 2. Your energy polarizes others. Your energy has the power to polarize others strongly. There are moments when, simply by your presence, the atmosphere shifts. Why does this happen? It's because your spiritual energy acts like a mirror. When you're aligned with your higher self, you unintentionally bring to light the shadows others try to hide, their fears, insecurities, and unhealed wounds. This isn't something you do deliberately. It's simply the natural outcome of your potent vibrational frequency. So if someone suddenly seems hesitant or uneasy in your presence, don't rush to think you've done something wrong. In truth, it's their response to the light you radiate without even trying, illuminating the dark corners within them. And that raw authenticity, wordless as it is, holds the power to awaken even the sleepiest of souls. Beyond that, your energy either draws people in with fierce attraction or pushes them away in discomfort. There's rarely a middle ground. To those ready to heal and rise into their own strength, you're like a lighthouse guiding them forward, pulling them closer even if they can't explain why, much like light beckons moths in the night. Yet, For those clinging to their familiar stability, you're akin to a fierce wind rattling the walls of their carefully built world, leaving them unsettled. Sometimes this polarization goes deeper than surface feelings. It touches their hidden beliefs, forcing them to question whether they're truly content with the life they lead. Have you ever asked yourself why some people dislike you without a clear cause? It's because you disrupt their illusion of peace, like towering waves crashing against a rocky shore. And here's the fascinating part. Even if they turn away, a seed of awakening has been planted in their mind, quietly waiting to sprout. So how do you handle these reactions? Have you ever considered dimming your own glow to put others at ease? If so, let me remind you, your energy isn't something to apologize for. In fact, this very polarization proves you're living your purpose, not to please everyone, but to awaken those who are ready. You're here to shine, to expand your reach, to spark awakening in others simply by being your truest self. Yes, it might scare some, but it's also the flame that lights their path to transformation. Picture this. If you held fast to that light without wavering, how many souls might find the courage to step out of the shadows because of you? Sign 3. You are an enigma. Hard to decipher in others' eyes. Misunderstandings often begin with a look, averted glances, curious stares, judgmental eyes, whispered words, labels assigned to you. Too intense, too sensitive, too overwhelming. All are clumsy attempts to explain something they can't comprehend. They see themselves, their fears, their inner shadows reflected through you. Because you radiate a powerful energy, surpassing their capacity to receive it, like a strong wind blowing through fragile houses. Don't worry, not everyone is strong enough to align with your high vibration. They remain trapped in the lower vibrations of fear, judgment, and ego, making you a mysterious book written in a language they can't read. This can sometimes leave you feeling adrift, as though your journey is a narrow, winding path few dare to tread. There are moments when you wonder if you should hold back, dim your light just to sidestep those strange looks, or that unspoken distance. But don't let those thoughts hold you back. Misunderstanding isn't just a barrier. It's a mirror reflecting your unique power, a strength not everyone is prepared to face. When others can't comprehend you, it's proof you're transcending ordinary limits, reaching a depth they're not yet brave enough to explore. Listen closely. The chosen ones are often outcasts, not because they lag behind, but because they outpace the present, carrying the flame of the future within them. You're not here to blend into the crowd. You're here to carve new paths, to chart trails others haven't dared to dream of. And leadership, especially spiritual leadership, isn't a race to win everyone's approval or affection. It's a journey of standing firm in your truth, even when that light causes someone to squint or turn away. Beyond that, every time you push past that sense of isolation, you're not only forging confidence in yourself, you're learning to transform your difference into a blazing fire, illuminating the way for souls who will one day recognize your worth. Think about it. If you keep moving forward, unafraid of being misread, how many people might you inspire? Those quietly searching for a spark to break free from their own darkness. Your energy isn't just a gift for you alone. It's a lighthouse guiding those ready to awaken. Sign 4. Your razor-sharp intuition unsettles others. Ever notice how you pick up what others miss, like a signal cutting through the noise? That's the 4th sign, your razor-sharp intuition, and it rattles people. You sense when someone's lying, hiding, or just off, even if their words line up perfectly. For those used to keeping masks on, that's unsettling. They might say you're too nosy or intense. But here's the deal. You're not guessing. You're dialed into something deeper. Ever had someone gasp, "How'd you know that?" Or swear you've seen right through them? It's your spiritual energy locking onto vibes they can't hide. But consider this. Your intuition doesn't just shine when piercing through others' facades. It shows up in everyday flickers, like when a choice feels off without a clear reason, or when you predict something no one else sees coming. Perhaps you've walked into a space and instantly felt the tension simmering beneath forced smiles. This isn't chance. It's your energy linking to the invisible, reaching beyond what eyes can grasp. People around you might pull back, puzzled or even unnerved, unable to fathom how you know so much. Yet this sets you apart. You don't just navigate life with logic, but with a higher sense. Let me ask you, what do you do with this gift? Do you lean into that inner voice, or let doubt cloud it? The more you trust your intuition, the brighter it blazes. Try nurturing it. Tune into those quiet hunches throughout your day, or jot down when it whispers, and see how often it's right. As you do, it grows not just stronger, but into a compass guiding you through life's murkiest turns. Sure, this might push some away, unsettled by your clarity or unable to match your vibration, but it will draw near those souls ready for your wisdom. They, though few, will see you as a beacon, a spark igniting their own courage to trust themselves. Sign 5. Rebellion against societal norms. Everyone's handed the same playbook. Play it safe, fit in, don't rock the boat. But you're tearing it up and writing your own rules. That's sign 5. Your spiritual energy rattles people because you reject societal norms outright. You question the rules, the defaults, the whole system. You see past the 3D smoke and mirrors, and that throws people off. While most coast along with the crowd, you're out there smashing old limits. Take a stable job. Others grab it because that's just what you do. But you ditch it for something with real meaning, and they can't handle the shakeup. This rebellion isn't reckless. It's the mark of a higher vibration, a spiritual gift that lets you see what others willfully ignore. You ask profound questions like, why must we live this way? Or, what truly matters? Carving new trails for yourself and anyone brave enough to listen. This is both a flame of inspiration and a threat to those who dread change. They fear you because you awaken parts of them they've buried deep. Has anyone ever asked you, why can't you just go with the flow? Or blamed you for stirring things up? That's because your energy shakes the rigid frameworks of the collective, forcing them to face truths they've avoided. This is just the start of recognizing how your presence impacts the world. Your defiance doesn't just unsettle others. It plants seeds of awakening in them, even if they don't yet see it. So what do you think? Have you ever felt your own power in daring to swim against the tide? And are you ready? Ready to embrace that strength, even if it makes others uneasy? Because the next step is owning your energy unapologetically. There comes a moment on every sacred path when the question no longer is, who will accept me? But rather, will I accept the fullness of who I am? Imagine standing at a pivotal crossroads on your spiritual journey where you must choose between hiding or shining. Embracing who you truly are, wholly and without hesitation, is the first gift your spiritual energy offers. Perhaps in the past, you felt the urge to dim your inner light, tone down your powerful presence, or mold yourself into something more tolerable for those uneasy with your energy. But here's the truth. The world doesn't crave a faint, half-hearted version of you. It yearns to witness you in your full, radiant, unashamed essence. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt eyes turn toward you, even though you hadn't uttered a word? That's the mark of the energy you carry. An invisible yet potent wave that compels others to take notice, even if they can't quite grasp why. Being a chosen one isn't about being superior to anyone else. It's about bearing a responsibility, a higher purpose, and a vibration that defies the familiar boundaries of the ordinary. Your energy, with its profound and vibrant nature, is designed to stir the souls of others, like a gust of wind sweeping through a barren field, awakening seeds long dormant. The awakening it ignites isn't always soft. It's bold, unexpected, and sometimes chaotic. That's why your presence can unsettle people, not because you've done anything wrong, but because it's so undeniably right, so fiercely real. So stop feeling guilty for your energy. When you conceal your true essence, when you shrink yourself to put others at ease, you deny the very reason you exist. That energy isn't just yours. It's a fragment of the universe, a spark linking you to a greater power, and when you suppress it, you dim that sacred connection too. Those souls ready to rise, longing to heal and step into their own light, they need you to stand in your full strength. They need you to be unapologetically you, so they can see what's possible beyond the shadows of doubt. You are a flame guiding the way, a compass, a mirror reflecting hope for those bold enough to dream big. But if that light keeps being restrained, how will they find their path? Recall a moment in your life when you spoke your truth and someone shifted unexpectedly. A friend opened up, or a stranger found hope in your words. That's proof your energy isn't just a gift to you. It's a beacon for the world. I want you to ask yourself, how many times have you held back because you feared being too much? How often have you locked away your intuition, your truth, your power, just to avoid ruffling feathers? And what would your life look like if you let go of those limits? What would happen if you allowed yourself to burst forth, fearless, unregretful, unwavering? Try this simple step. The next time you feel the urge to pull back, take a deep breath. Picture the light within you spreading like the sun piercing through the night, and walk forward with the certainty that you belong here. When you step into that power, you open a door for others to do the same. That's the wondrous beauty of the spiritual energy you hold. Yes, it might rattle some at first, shaking their comfort zones, their illusions, their outdated beliefs. But for those who are ready, it's a privilege. It's the breeze that fans the flames of transformation. And isn't that what the world needs right now? More souls daring to let their light blaze, no matter how challenging it may be. When you embrace this gift, you don't just change yourself. You become a lighthouse steering humanity through the storm, step by step, moment by moment. Let's be frank. Walking in your own light isn't a path strewn with flowers. It calls for boldness, a steadfast belief in your inner strength, and an acceptance that at times you'll stand alone on this journey. Not everyone will grasp who you are. Not everyone will cheer for your rise. Some will cast their fears and uncertainties onto you, attempting to make you falter and question yourself. But etch this into your mind. Their reactions aren't your burden to bear. You didn't come into this world to soothe everyone's heart. You're here to be a gust that sweeps away illusions, a current of love, and a beam that sparks transformation. And that might mean being seen through a distorted lens. So how do you stand firm in your power when everything around you seems to sway? It begins with listening to yourself. Notice those moments when you want to dim the fire within, when you feel the urge to fade just to blend into the crowd. Ask yourself, am I dodging because I dread others' gazes? Or am I choosing to shine as my true self? The more you tune into these instants, the easier it becomes to let authenticity guide you instead of letting fear take the reins. But to keep that fire alive, you need more. You need companions who see through to your light. Not everyone will resonate with the frequency you carry, but there are always souls out there who will perceive you as a lighthouse piercing the dark. They'll cherish your ascent, stand by you as you claim your strength. Seek them out, connect with those spirits. Forge a circle of kindred vibrations, where your energy isn't just embraced but amplified, like rays merging into a blazing sun. And don't shy away from stepping back from bonds that feel foreign to the person you're becoming. Letting go isn't always a loss. It's a liberation to soar higher. Now consider the mightiest weapon you wield, your voice. As a chosen one, every sound you utter holds a unique pull. When you speak, people don't just hear. They sense the energy pulsing through your words. That's why you must dare to voice your truth, even if your heart trembles in that moment. Your voice can awaken dreams long dormant, soothe hidden scars, and ignite sparks of hope. But it only blazes when you set it free. So I ask you, what lies waiting in the depths of your soul? What words are yearning to rise, beating their wings to break loose? The world is longing for your voice, your unique vision, your irreplaceable truth. Let's turn to a deeper essence, love. At the heart of your spiritual energy lies a pure source, an unconditional, powerful, transformative love. This is what unsettles people the most. Love is the greatest force in the universe, and when you let it radiate fully, it shakes others to their very roots. But make no mistake, it's also the medicine that heals them, drawing them back to their own truth, mending wounds they've yet to face. So don't hesitate to lead with love, even when it feels daunting. Love isn't weakness or surrender. It's the ultimate pillar, the ultimate defiance, the ultimate power. As this journey draws to a close, I want to etch one truth into your soul. You carry this energy for a reason. Your presence, your gifts, your light. They are deliberate, purposeful, and vital to the world. You're here to leave a mark, to shift things, to be a beacon in a world often shrouded in darkness. Yes, this might make others tremble, but it's also the spark that ignites their inspiration. So I ask you this, what would unfold if you let go of every barrier? If you embrace your power, your light, your truth without a shred of doubt? How would the world around you shift? Step forward and shine. The world is waiting. Now, having journeyed together through the ways your spiritual energy stirs everything around you, it's time to take it further. The moment has come to embrace the fearless flame within you, not just to accept who you are, but to amplify it beyond measure. Your energy is a rare treasure, a blaze that cuts through the thick shadows of this world. Yet that blaze can feel overwhelming at times, not just to others but to you as well. Be honest now. Have you ever felt suffocated by the sheer intensity within you? Have you ever questioned whether you're strong enough to bear the weight of such a purpose? If so, know this: you're not alone. But the truth remains, you were crafted for this. Every chosen one steps through a doorway of self-doubt. It's almost a sacred initiation. You wonder, why me? What makes me stand apart like this? Why does my energy ripple through others in such a way? But rather than seeing this uniqueness as a weight, I invite you to view it as a summons. You weren't born to fade into the crowd. You're here to rise above it. Yes, that brings its struggles, but it also unveils boundless possibilities. To heal, to awaken, to renew the world around you. To let your light blaze even brighter, the first step is to cast aside the fear of that very light. It sounds simple, yet it demands the deepest courage to grasp. We're often taught that standing out is a risk, that being too much invites rejection or solitude. But trust me, your light isn't the flaw, it's the answer. Your task isn't to shrink into spaces not meant for you. It's to shatter those molds, to stretch the edges of what's possible, and to show others they can do the same. So let me ask you, what frightens you more, the thought of being too vast, or the dread of falling short? For many, these two fears weave together tightly. You might worry your energy overwhelms, yet at the same time fear you're not reaching your full potential. This inner tug of war can trap you, swaying between hiding and shining. The only way out is to embrace the dual truth. You are both mighty and flawed, both evolving and a masterpiece. And that's exactly as it should be. One of the most grounded ways to hold your light is to root yourself in your purpose. When you're certain of why you're here, the judgments and reactions of others lose their grip. Pause for a moment and look within. What stirs you? What sets your heart ablaze? What mark do you long to leave on this world? Your purpose doesn't need to be towering or world-altering in the usual sense. It might be as humble as spreading kindness, crafting art that touches souls, or building a family with love and meaning. Whatever it is, let it be your foundation. When you're anchored in purpose, your light stands unshaken. Another key to shining brighter is learning to navigate the turbulence your energy might stir. Let's be frank. Not everyone will cheer for your light. Some will see it as a threat. Others might try to snuff it out, driven by envy, fear, or misjudgment. But here's the truth. Their response reveals more about them than about you. Your energy is a mirror. When someone bristles at you, it's often because they're wrestling with their own shadows, parts of themselves your light lays bare, parts they're not ready to see. But instead of viewing this as a barrier, see it as an opening. Each time your energy unsettles someone, it's a chance for growth, for them, and for you. Ask yourself, how can I offer compassion here? How can I hold space for their unease without letting it drag me down? This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or negativity. It means facing it all with love and empathy. After all, part of being chosen is knowing your energy is here to heal, even when the path gets rocky. Next, let's talk about nurturing yourself. With a spiritual presence as potent as yours, caring for your own energy is non-negotiable. You can't keep giving from an empty well. So how do you restore yourself? How do you shield your light from burning out? For some, it's about drawing lines, saying no to people or situations that sap their strength. For others, it's retreating to nature, meditating, or diving into creative pursuits that revive the soul. Whatever works for you, make it sacred. Your light glows brightest when you stand in balance and wholeness. Lastly, face the fear of stumbling. Many chosen ones hold back, haunted by the thought of not measuring up. They ask, what if I reach for my light and fall? What if I'm not as strong as I believe? But hear this, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a piece of it. Each time you step into your light, even if you falter, you're growing, discovering, becoming. The only real failure is refusing to dare. So I leave you with this. If fear of falling didn't hold you, how fiercely would you shine? What would you change if you trusted that your light, imperfect as it may be, is always enough? That question isn't merely a fleeting idea, it's the spark that unlocks your freedom. You weren't placed here to fade into the shadows or conform to the ordinary. Your calling is to stir the stillness, to awaken souls, to light the way forward. Yes, your energy might rattle some, it might test their limits, but that's exactly what makes it a force to behold. So stride out into the world and let your brilliance burn, not just for yourself, but for everyone longing to see what's within reach. The world hungers for your glow. Don't let it stay concealed any longer. Let's draw this exploration to its deepest truth as we stand at the journey's edge. You've uncovered how your spiritual energy bends the atmosphere, nudges people beyond their ease, and yes, sometimes sends a shiver through them. But there's a greater layer waiting to be revealed, the far-reaching echo of your awakening. Your energy doesn't simply brush against those you meet, it reshapes the very fabric of collective consciousness. This quiet power shifts others, often without their knowing, leaving an imprint impossible to ignore. Each time you claim your light, each time you choose courage over hesitation, you set off currents that flow beyond your vision. Imagine it like this. Your energy hums at a frequency, and as you lift it higher, you subtly tune the frequencies of those around you, even if they can't name the pull. That's why some gravitate toward you without a clear reason. They're caught in the resonance of your vibration, and the echo stretches further still. When you step fully into your higher self, you become a beacon for others to follow. Your fearlessness invites their own. Your truth whispers theirs back to them. The impact you wield might not always meet your eyes, but rest assured, it's alive. Picture this for a moment. Have you ever encountered someone whose essence nudged you, even faintly? Maybe it was their steady grace, the unapologetic way they lived their truth, or how their presence made you feel truly known. Now see this. You are that catalyst for someone else. You might not pinpoint who or witness the full scope, but your energy ignites change. Every choice to honor yourself, every flicker of compassion, every stand for light over fear feeds the world's rising tide. Yet let's keep it real. Sending these waves through the collective consciousness isn't always a gentle ride. Sometimes it feels like you're rowing against a storm. The strength of your energy can weigh heavy, especially when it meets resistance. But here's the key. That pushback is woven into the process. Growth thrives on friction, and every clash, whether from others or your own depths, offers a doorway to expand. So how do you carry on when the path feels isolated, when your waves seem to fade, when your energy presses down like a load? The answer shines clear. Though it asks for strength, you trust. Trust that your light holds all it needs. Trust that your mark resonates, even if it's unseen for now. Trust that the universe carved this role for you with intent, unfolding in perfect rhythm, even if its meaning hides from view. Let me pose one last thought. If you could glimpse the boundless reach of your energy, the spirits you've stirred, the hearts you've warmed, the minds you've sparked, how would you walk through life? Would you silence the doubts? Would you shed the urge to dim yourself? Would you finally unleash your radiance as fiercely as it's destined to shine? I want to thank you for stepping into this journey with me, for braving the depths of your own power with open eyes. My hope for you is bold and bright. May you rise with unwavering courage, illuminating your path and countless others. Here's the unshakable truth. The waves you stir by being yourself stretch wider than you'll ever grasp, and the world needs that shift more than ever. So press on, let your light spill forth, and lift it high. In every glow, you're not just remaking yourself, you're remaking the world. That, my friend, is the core of why your energy exists. Now take that fire and lead with it.